Good afternoon, everybody. It is Tuesday, April 8th, and you're tuned in to WODU, the best in college radio. I'm Tyler Santangelo.
And I'm Alex Brooks.
And as I say every time, I just said it again, we are CupCheck. Got a lot to cover with the UConn and all that. So, Alex, let's dive into our topics today.
Topics. Well, we got, of course, Tyler mentioned UConn beat Kentucky. We got UConn Notre Dame tonight, women's basketball. We got, somebody said something pretty high about KD. We'll tell you who said that. We got a little bit of soccer, a little more basketball, a little golf. The Masters are coming up, something about that. Then sports talk, we got some Hank Aaron, big day for all of baseball. We got basketball, a lot of basketball. That's kind of mid-swing or coming towards the end of it.
A lot of basketball.
Yeah, coming towards the end of that one. And then the debates.
And we will tell you the debates when we get there.
Yeah, but MLB wants to change something up. We'll tell you exactly what happens there, and we'll debate something that should soccer keep it or should they get rid of it. So I guess we'll jump into sports news.
Let's go. A very highly anticipated, after probably one of the best college tourneys in a while, highly anticipated game between UConn and Kentucky. And UConn, after leading by, I think, 9 into the half, had a moment there where Kentucky came back, tied the game. UConn decided to keep hold and win by 6, 60-54 last night.
Yeah, and one thing, well, we were watching it over at a friend's house, and when UConn hit the first basket, so that's the last time, or Kentucky will never lead again, and Kentucky never led the game.
Yep.
That was that surprised a lot of people, especially the guy that got the tattoo. That I'm sure he was very disappointed in the fact that Kentucky lost.
You know, like during the semifinal game when they won against Wisconsin, all of his friends were like, "Dude, you're a genius."
Yeah, I'm sure he was like that. I'm sure he was like, "I called it. What am I telling you?" And then like when they got down a lot, he prayed and head in his hand. And then they came back and he's like, "This is it. I'm gonna look like a genius."
And then 15 seconds left in the game, and that steal by Shabazz Napier, and he was like, "Yep, I'm done. I'm an idiot."
Well, yeah, Napier. He's like 80 years old at this point.
Yeah, he's only 22, but it seems like he's been there for like 15 years
Yeah,
now.
it does. I feel like Napier's every time that UConn plays, it's like, oh, Shabazz Napier. Yeah, he's still there. It's like if he really goes to the NBA this year, it's like, man.
Ninth-year senior in Shabazz Napier.
It's gonna be weird to not have him on UConn. I won't be able to name you a UConn player anymore.
Moving on to UConn again.
Yeah.
The Lady UConn Huskies are going to be playing against Notre Dame tonight at 8:30.
Yeah.
Women's basketball championship right there.
And this is a big one because this is the first time in college basketball, men or women's, that both teams were undefeated going into the national championship.
I think this is the first time in any sport history.
Yeah, probably. I'm not sure.
I know there's never been an undefeated baseball team in a championship.
No.
No undefeated basketball, no undefeated NFL.
No. I mean, there might have been like college volleyball or something.
Yeah.
There might be a college sport we don't know about because there's so many of them.
Indeed.
But it's pretty impressive. They're both undefeated, and it's interesting because they both hate each other a lot because they always play each other because they're top tier.
Exactly, top tier teams. Who do you think's going to win?
You got to go UConn.
Nah, you got to go Notre Dame. Jewel is having a nasty season.
I'll let you know why it's UConn. UConn right now, men and women's both, have never lost. 12-0 because last night.
From last night, yeah.
And can go to 13. They have never lost in a national championship.
There's got to be a first for everything.
Yeah, not tonight.
Not tonight.
UConn's got this one.
All right, well,
in hand.
I'm going to disagree with you, but we're going to move on that one. So, as you said earlier, KD gets a pretty high appraisal from someone today, saying that he is the hardest player to defend in the league. And guess who said it? Your boy Doc Rivers.
Yeah, Doc Rivers, a Western coach, which is weird. Western Conference coach to say that and give him such high praise. He actually said he's been playing basketball and around basketball for a long time, and he said there's never been a Durant before.
There really hasn't. I mean, you can with Jordan. You can say Durant's the most in the league right now that's Jordan-esque when it comes to scoring.
But I mean, you can't say there's been nobody in the league like Durant.
But there's never been like
a 6'10", 6'11" guy, small forward.
Drain threes and then drive it to the hole and do a nasty dunk anytime he wants to.
Exactly. And I mean, he's getting better on his defense. That's probably his weak point in passing and stuff like that. But rebounding, he's went up. He's 8.5 rebounds a game. But he can just shoot the lights out. It's ridiculous.
Maybe that's what happened 2 years ago during the Super Bowl.
He
KD drained a couple threes and shot out the lights.
KD was in the back just practicing shooting and shot the lights out.
The Saints were like, did we invite him again?
Jeez.
For a little bit of soccer news, something you don't really hear on CupCheck that often, But Chelsea beat PSG today 2-0 and took the aggregate win into the FA Cup, not FA Cup, sorry, UEFA Champions League semifinals. And at the same time, Dortmund throwing up a great battle against Real Madrid, beat them 2-0 today. But Madrid, having scored 3-0 in Dortmund a couple days ago, they're also going to be going to the semifinal on a 3-2 aggregate.
And that's in the FA Cup.
No, that's still UEFA Champions League. That's a typo on me.
Oh,
FA
okay.
Cup is strictly Barclays Premier League.
But PSG was of course missing their star player and Ibrahimovic.
Well, you can just say all of Europe was except Spain was missing their star player in
Yeah.
Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, PSG. They were missing him. He probably would have put in one, so Chelsea probably wouldn't have took the
Or at
aggregate
least
there.
changed up the entire offensive defensive scheme.
Oh well, I mean the fact that
Jose Mourinho was so happy that Ibrahimovic wasn't playing.
well, I mean he rips it from like 60 yards out and it's beautiful. So for him to be out, that really helps Chelsea. But to win 2-0 when you needed that's pretty impressive.
It was well done, and that second goal was scored in like the 90th minute.
Oh yeah, I think it was the 86th. I think
It was
that was
very,
the
very
exact
late.
time, but it was
Yeah.
a definitely late goal to put them ahead there.
It's a nice strike. It was well done. Moving back into the basketball world,
Yeah, NBA.
the Pistons president Joe Dumars is expected to resign before the season's over. Is this really news?
Uh,
What has the Pistons been the last 15
yeah,
years?
that's the thing. Well, 15 years. They won a championship 2000s. They had a dynasty for a while, Rip Hamilton and all them.
How long ago was that?
It was in the 2000s.
Had to be 2003, 2004.
Yeah, I think it was
So
around
about a
that.
decade.
Yeah, but I mean, they're bad right now. They're really bad right now. I'm sure everybody's going. Coach, everybody. I mean, the Pistons. The Pistons are
They
pretty
need to
bad.
rebuild.
Actually, I don't know. The Pistons are better than. Do you have the standings up there?
I'll give you the standings in
I don't. The Pistons might actually be better than we're thinking.
Pistons.
No, okay, they're below Cleveland. They're
Yeah, Detroit,
11.
They're 28 and 49.
Okay, they're
with a
pretty bad.
36%
I mean, they're not
winning ratio.
Philadelphia bad, which Philadelphia still is one game away from breaking that over/under.
They're not Milwaukee bad,
17.
if that counts for anything.
Yeah, Milwaukee's really, really. What happened to Utah?
What happened to the Lakers?
Well, the Lakers injuries, everybody, but Utah last year was
The
I
Jazz
think they
were
made the
all right.
playoffs.
Well, the Hornets. Sorry, they're the Hornets now, not the Jazz.
No, Jazz stayed the same.
Who was it who changed then?
The Bobcats are changing back to the
Bobcats.
Hornets.
Gotcha.
But no, Utah was I think they made the playoffs last year. I think they were an 8 seed.
They might have been, but still 8 seed.
Yeah.
I mean, if they were in the Eastern Conference, they'd be like 3 points out.
Yeah, that's the Eastern's bad. But
it's a bad year for the East.
regardless, yeah, Dumars is expected to resign. I don't think anybody. It's not a shock to anybody. I mean, I don't think anybody was like, "Oh yeah, he's got to resign," but he's definitely shocked, I think. And finishing out sports news, Phil Mickelson, lefty as he's called, says he misses Tiger at the Masters.
I'd imagine he would. I mean, other than like McIlroy, who's really someone who can stand up to Phil Mickelson?
Well, I mean, and that's not even the thing. Tiger, this is like the first time in 20 years he hasn't been there. It just kind of loses something, you know? It's like they were fierce competitors, but at the end of the day, they were like they weren't buddies, but they enjoyed playing versus each other.
Yeah,
It's like it's a
it's like
rivalry
you
on the
have that
court.
rival, but you
But
don't,
it's a
you don't
gentleman's
like
thing.
them, but it's a gentleman's rival.
Like you want to play somebody at their best. You don't want to play somebody at their weak. Like if you ask any athlete, I would like to beat the Pacers. I want to beat the Heat at full strength, not missing LeBron and Wade, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think Phil misses them, and I'm sure Tiger misses it too, but it was just interesting to hear
I'm
Phil
sure
say
Tiger
that.
doesn't miss much right now. He's probably doped up on so many pain medications after his back surgery.
That's true. And hopefully this puts him out there though. It's
He's probably actually watching the sport he loves to play in order to take a nap.
yeah. But no, I mean he misses them, I'm sure, but it's the golf miss as a whole misses him too.
Yeah, the entire
really-
golf community.
He's really the reason golf is where it is today. So sports talk, we'll move on there. We'll start with
40 years ago, I'm talking double both our life. We could add our ages together, and we're still not there yet. 40 years ago today, Hank Aaron broke the home run record with 715. So do you consider Hank to still be the home run king, or do you bonds with 40 more even though it's steroid induced?
it's Hank.
It's got to be Hank.
It's got it. I mean,
Because that wasn't an era of steroids.
I-
We're now
I-
in the steroid
I don't remember where I heard it. Somebody said it. Hank, Babe Ruth, all them, they did it on hot dogs and beer. Bonds did it on steroids.
Hot dogs and beer and smokes.
Yeah, and Bonds did it on steroids. And I don't think there was a wall at some point. Like I think that was a newer thing. And if it rolled, I don't know how it worked 40 years ago. I wasn't alive,
You
obviously.
weren't?
No,
You're
surprise.
not aging very well,
Yeah,
buddy.
but Bonds, you can't give it to Bonds. I don't know if anybody actually accepts that or not. I don't know if anybody's like, yeah, Bonds is the home run king, unless you know nothing about baseball and you
You just look at the standings.
exactly. And even then, I think he should be scratched. If you're gonna scratch Pete Rose for hits,
Even then,
scratch Barry Bonds.
I would put him below like Babe Ruth also on the
No,
home
I
run
would just
list.
scratch him. I'd say they're all gone.
Yep.
If you're gonna get rid of all of Pete Rose's hits, and he is the hit king,
He is.
you got to get rid of Bonds. That's only fair. But yeah, I think Hank's definitely the
Hank Aaron is, and
top of them.
for unless somehow A-Rod's like, yeah, I'm back, I'm gonna start hitting it great again, he's gonna be the homer king for many years to come.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Not
know.
just
Trout's pretty good.
Trout and the Cardinal.
No, Pujols?
Pujols.
Well, he's an Angel now,
He is. He
and
was Cardinal.
he fell off.
He did.
He looked like he was getting there, and then he just fell off. But right now, I
It's a
mean,
brand new season though.
this is true. But I think he lost. He pretty much lost the season last year.
Yeah.
But I think you're gonna have to look at Trout. Trout's a star. Puig isn't a power hitter.
Nice
Puig's a,
contact.
yeah, he's a good player, but I think in what's his name? Harper, I don't think he's power enough to do that. Plus
But at 19, he's got time.
yeah, well, yeah, it was I mean, I think uh sorry. Oh god, Trout is the same age. And I think Harper his first 3 games didn't have a hit.
Yep. So we ask this legitimately every
Single
show,
week.
every show.
Cuz it just keeps flip-flopping.
And the Knicks have 4 games left in their season, and the Hawks have 6. I believe it's the Hawks who are in 8th right now. Yeah. The Hawks have 6 games left. The Knicks are behind 2 games right now. Will they slide into 8th?
I want to say yes, but no. I don't think they
As
will.
a hardcore Knicks fan, I'm saying no.
I
They've
just
got Toronto twice.
Yep.
They've got Brooklyn, and they've
Yep.
got the Bulls.
Yep. All of them have clinched a playoff seed, 3, 4, and 5 in
And
that order.
Toronto is arguably one of the best offenses in the NBA right
Yeah,
now.
Toronto will cause havoc. If you were doing a bracket, Toronto would be your buster because Toronto's a pretty good
And
team.
I mean, they might not. Their record doesn't show it about their offense. That's because they don't play defense. The problem is neither do the Knicks.
Right. Well, then, and the Knicks don't usually have offense. What? J.R. Smith broke the record for threes.
3 attempts in a game.
Well, he broke the record for made in three
He
three
broke,
consecutive games too. Or
no,
something.
he broke the record for threes in most games in a season with 8 or more. He broke Ray Allen's.
Yeah.
He broke the game record for most attempted.
Yeah.
And he broke the game record for best percentage above 20 shots.
And he also broke. He made 22 3-pointers in 3 games, which is like the highest in 3-game span.
He scored 10 in that last one.
But do you really want J.R. Smith taking all your shots?
No, I'd rather have Melo.
Exactly.
But I mean, if JR's on and Melo's not,
He did shoot well. I think he shot 11 for 24. But 24 3-pointers?
22.
22.
10
Okay,
for
so he shot
22.
like 50%.
Yep. So
That's-
if you're
that-
draining
that's good
50%,
from
keep
3.
jacking them.
But you have Melo.
You do.
They lost that game, by the way.
They did against the Heat, though. So
It is the Heat,
and
but
LeBron had 38 points.
Yeah.
That's I think since Jordan. This is their stat. This is the ESPN stat of the week.
ESPN stat
Since
league.
Jordan, no other player has scored 30 or more points in a season against a team every game.
Okay, but we also got to look at the Knicks back then were a defensive team.
Yep.
Now it's Melo and JR. It's literally the Melo JR show.
Sadly, because Amari had potential and Tyson Chandler was the defensive player
There
of
was-
the year,
there
and
was
then they're
so
like,
mu-
"Oh, we're done."
Yeah, oh, we're going to the Knicks. We can just sleep.
Woo.
But I just don't think they can do it. It'd be nice to see it.
So do you have them sliding or no?
I can't put them in there. The way because I think
The Hawks have an easy schedule.
yeah the Hawks play like the Pistons a few times.
and Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, well they're still the Bobcats for this year and then they change.
Oh, I didn't mean to click them.
But they play. They're gonna play some easy teams, I think, and that's really gonna. They play the Celtics, not a very good team this year. They play the Pistons, the Heat,
They'll play Heat.
the Nets,
And then Milwaukee.
Yeah, Milwaukee and Charlotte. I mean, they should win 4 of those games, which therefore knocks. Even if they only win
No, they
3,
should win 3. No, 4. Detroit, Boston,
Boston.
Charlotte, and
Yeah,
Milwaukee. Yeah,
exactly. Brooklyn and Miami. Well, But I mean, another thing is Brooklyn's clinched. Are they just gonna bench their players? They're old.
they are old. They're probably going to bench players.
See, so there's a win because you're fighting for playoffs. And then the Heat. Do you really play all of them in the case they get hurt?
Yes, because you want to maintain that one seed
Oh, that's
over
true. That's
Pacers
true. Well, it depends. Well, that was what 2 games left, so they may have clinched it by
by
then.
then. Yeah.
So okay, let's say the Knicks miss the playoffs,
hmm
and they miss the playoffs. So let's say then Melo leaves. What are the 3 teams that you think make a push for him? Give me 3 teams. We'll go 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. But it doesn't have to be
I
ranked
got
wise.
you.
Just give me one and why.
Who's Kevin Love with?
Kevin loves Minnesota.
That's why.
Okay, I do like Minnesota, so that'll be one of mine. You took mine, but
Who?
I don't know how what their cap space is, but when the Knicks had a point guard in Lynn, they did well. Now you put Rubio, Melo, and Kevin Love. That would be a dirty squad.
That would be
So
very nasty.
that's why they were one of mine. What's another one? Let's go. I think the Cavaliers.
With Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, Kyrie. I mean, they're pretty young, and they're not going to get Durant. Sorry, they're not going to get LeBron for them. They may, but I think make a bid for the other small forward.
My second's gonna have to be the Rockets.
I don't think the Rockets have cap space. That's my thing.
Yeah, I mean with Jeremy Lin, Dwight Howard, and James Harden
Yeah,
on there,
I don't think they have cap space for that.
I think you'd be surprised.
No, I don't think they have enough. Cause Harden got a max contract because he left OKC for $4 million.
Oh, no, OKC.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying
Oh
OKC.
no, they don't.
Mellon and Durant.
Yeah, but they don't have the money for that. They wouldn't keep Harden, who was a shooting guard who fit perfectly. I don't know. My third one was the Lakers.
Kent Bazemore, Carmelo Anthony,
Kobe.
Swaggy P.
No, get rid. Well, actually, the Lakers have 5 players left on their team at the end of the season that are under contract.
Kobe's one.
Kobe, Nash,
Bazemore.
Swaggy. No, Bazemore's
Bazemore's free agent.
yeah,
It was a 1-year deal.
yeah, he's restricted, so I think it
Gotcha.
may be a team. The center, some new center, and I don't know. There's 5 of them. I was writing something, and it was it's very interesting. They should go get Bazemore again, and he broke his foot. He's done for the season.
Foot, nose, face.
Yeah.
He just got beat
Well,
up this season.
the whole team. I think they have 3 people on the bench, maybe. But
Yeah, that explains the game where they had 4 players, but they let the 5th one go in even though he fouled out
Yeah.
because they had no one left.
yeah, but that would be an interesting look there. I think Melo to the Lakers would be, and I mean, oh, Kobe shoots a lot, Melo shoots a lot. At the end of the day, Kobe knows he's old. He's not gonna say it, but he knows it. He wants a ring at the end of the day. So if he has to hand over the keys to the car, so to speak,
What about the Heat with LeBron going on free agency this year?
if LeBron leaves, yes, they won't bring in LeBron and Melo.
God
Well, okay, they might. They may put just think it through for a minute. They get rid of Bosch.
no. I'd get rid of Wade.
They're not going to get rid of
They
Wade.
can't. Yeah,
That-
he's their
he-
stock player.
he
He
is-
is the Heat.
Yeah, exactly. So Wade, you got to keep Wade.
Just like keeping Jeter. He's not effective anymore, but you got to keep him.
You got to keep him. And I think Bosch is ready to move on.
Depends if they win this year or not.
Regardless, I think Bosch is just ready to
I
move
feel
on.
like if I got a 3-peat, I'd have to do one more just to get that 4-peat that no one else has done.
Yeah, but I think Bosch is done being the third wheel, so to speak.
He's been stepping up.
He
Once
has.
Wade started, I mean, he's been stepping up in like
In
media
place-
standings
yeah.
too.
But just I think he's looked down upon. And if he went to a team that would need him, like you put him on Phoenix, who's doing very well this season, that would be an interesting squad.
I'll give you that.
But if maybe they do. Maybe they go for LeBron at power forward, small forward Melo, D Wade at shooting guard. That may be an interesting look, but I don't know if
But yeah, I mean, that's about 6 teams we gave you. We said 3, but we gave you 6. We
yeah,
like to
and I
double
mean
up
I think there's some out there, but those are the teams that really like Detroit might put a bid in for him, but he doesn't want to go there. 76ers maybe. 76ers have a young squad. He might go
Mhm.
there. But at the end of the day, I think those are probably the solid teams that won them. So, Durant, is that where we're at?
I believe
Yeah.
so.
After the end of the season, he will have won 4 scoring titles. And how do you know he's gonna win it? He could literally score 0 the next games, the end of the season, score 0 and still win. He's 4 points ahead of the next leading scorer.
Jeez,
Yeah.
that's
He's
disgusting.
he's 32, and I think Melo's 28. I guess that would make it even. But is that impressive to be only the fifth player to have at least 4 scoring titles?
Especially because it's three in a row now, right?
No, he missed it last year. I thought Melo got it last year.
Melo did, and then
He
he
he's
got it
he's
two before
four
that.
out of the or he's gonna be 4 out of the last 5.
Yeah, of course that's impressive.
I mean the fact that he's so young, he's bound to win another one.
Yeah,
Who's stopping him right now? I mean, at this point, LeBron is in it for the rings and team play. He's not going to try to outscore Durant. Melo, maybe, depending on where Melo ends up, he may get the shot to do that. But
J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith, greatest shooter ever. Kent Bazemore. But that's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
That is on another level.
We'll see how that goes. And speaking of that scoring title, 25 more points. Sorry, 25 points for 6 more games. He'll pass Oscar Robertson, easily top 5, top 6 player ever. Do you think he'll do it?
I think so. I'm not quite sure their schedule.
It depends on the coach. I think he's got the opportunity to drop in the last 6 games 25 or more points.
They play the Clippers. That's going to be their hardest one. I think that's tomorrow.
They're playing
Wednesday.
Sacramento tonight. That should be an easy 25.
Yeah, they play Wednesday at the Clippers. That'll be their hardest. Oh, then they play versus New Orleans at Indiana at New Orleans versus Detroit.
So I see him doing it in 4 of the next 6 games.
Yeah,
The other 2 are going to be hard.
I can count him in for those if he plays all those games all the way all the way through.
I don't think the coach will let him out. I don't think Brooks will take him out.
I at the end of the day though, I think he will.
I don't think
he
Melo. Sorry, not Melo. I don't think Durant will let him.
See, no, Durant has made it clear he would rather win the game than keep the streak going.
But at the same time,
I mean, if
if
you're
you're destroying the team, you only have 23 points. I don't think he'd let Brooks take him out.
but at the same time, it's say they're playing at New Orleans the game before the last game of the season, and they're up by 30, and he has 17, and they're going into the middle of the third quarter. Do you really play him?
To get 8 more points, yes.
I don't know. I don't think you risk that.
I'd be like, look, don't run around too much. We're gonna pass you the ball at 3-point line. Only take 3-point shots.
I don't think they risk that. But I think he'll get them in all of them. I think the Pacers will be a difficult one, and I think the Clippers, the 2 toughest teams there. But I think he'll pass Oscar, and I don't know if they count playoffs games in that.
I think it's just games in a row.
So if they count playoffs, that'll be interesting. I don't know if he can do it all the way through the playoffs.
I think you could do it through the first 2 rounds.
It's gonna be difficult for that. And I mean, Wilt's at like what 80?
He's at 106.
I didn't think it was that high. I
It
think it
is.
was single
It's
digits.
106.
That's gonna be difficult. I don't think he's gonna get that far. He's on a tear, but to 106, that's more than a season of 25 or more.
I wonder if that continues preseason also.
No, preseason wouldn't count towards that.
Yeah.
Because some players don't even play preseason. So, let's see. We got the Heat. They're in first right now. Will they be at the end of the season?
I don't know. Let me do a quick check on their schedule here. So the Heat for the rest of the year. I know they're playing. Who they playing? Give me a second here. I like how you guys get some ESPN music in there.
Yeah.
They're playing Brooklyn tonight. Should win. Memphis should win. Pacers, that's going to be rough. Atlanta should win. Washington should win. Philadelphia should win.
Indiana will be their tough one.
And for Indiana,
They got the Bucks.
so that's a should win for them against the Bucks.
Yeah, without a doubt. You got Miami.
Orlando and
Ooh,
OKC.
They're,
So I think the Heat will go in first place.
I think so too. Because even if Indiana takes that one from Miami, they're gonna win in Milwaukee and they'll win in Orlando, giving them 3. But we said Miami's gonna win their 5 or 4. So I
And
think,
they're what, a game up?
yeah, something like that. So it's not looking good if you're a Pacer fan. And another thing off of that, that was the next topic, but the Pacers have been struggling. They've won one. Oh, go back to that. They've lost two straight, and they got
They're
just
they've won 3 of their last 7.
they
Sorry, 3 of their last 10.
they got destroyed by Atlanta at home. They sat Hibbert. Coach is like, oh, he was tired. Not really. He wasn't really tired. I think they were just bad. They were really bad.
They were having a rough time.
But I guess regardless, they will find a way. Should they be worried though? Should as a Pacer fan, would you be worried?
No, I'm in the playoffs. I've clinched a bye for the first week, so
You gotta be worried though. In some sense, coming in hot means as much in the NBA as it does in uh, NCAA. I know it's still a series game, but coming in hot is a very big thing in sports in general. Like you, Giants fan, you get hot at the right time, you can go all the way.
woo, 2 rings.
So they should be a little worried because it doesn't look like they're gonna end on a 4-game win streak. If they do, that'll be very nice for them. But at the end of the day, I don't think they do.
Moving on to a team that's even better than both of these two teams combined right now, the Lakers.
Oh, best team in the league.
They are leaning towards Mike D'Antoni. Is that a
Getting
good
fired. Sorry, I forgot
move?
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're leaning toward him getting fired.
leaning
Is
toward letting go of them.
is that a good move?
No.
Yeah, I
Yes,
don't.
yes, it is. But I don't know who's out there to get.
I don't think it's a good move because it's not his fault everyone's gotten injured. It's not his fault he has a 7-man squad to work
That's
with
true.
right now.
But he's not known for the defense. But if he keeps him and Melo goes, they've played together. They know.
So if they do part ways, Calipari looks to be first in line.
That's a terrible idea.
Good loot, not a good move for the Lakers.
Not at all. What do you think?
Yeah, he's shown promise, but
I
he's not old enough.
he
He's not.
he's 55.
He hasn't had enough time in the NBA.
He's not. Calipari isn't. Calipari, the coach for Kentucky,
Exactly, hasn't had enough time in the NBA. He hasn't been
is
there.
72 and 112 in the NBA. Have not won a playoff game. He got swept his only playoff appearance.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a good look coming into a team that's just
And I mean, when you look
terrible.
at Mike D'Antoni, he's a legendary coach.
Yeah, in college. He's a college legendary. Or no, sorry, D'Antoni. Is he Hall of Fame?
He's close.
He doesn't have any rings.
So neither does Joe Montana.
Yeah, but Joe Montana broke records.
Okay, fair enough.
What has D'Antoni done to put him in the Hall of Fame?
Giving me a coach other than Phil Jackson and Doc Rivers, whose name I can remember.
Scott Brooks.
Well, I mean that's because he shares your last name and is your favorite team
No,
coach.
what? Eric Spoelstra.
No, okay. Stop proving me wrong here.
They just hired that dude from Butler. I can't think of his name. That's not good.
But no, you're right. Calipari is a very bad idea.
He's not ready for the NBA again.
As shown in his 2 years there.
Especially since it was 3 years. He only went he barely went even in one. And it was with the Knicks, who at the time were okay.
Yeah.
But
Still better than Doc Rivers at the Celtics right now. So
what?
Doc Rivers isn't doing too well with the Celtics. Sometimes you just have off streaks, and 3 years is an off thing for him.
Yeah, he's just
He just doesn't know the NBA. He's stuck in the NCAA attitude. It's a big transition from the NCAA to, like, I don't even think Coach K would be good in the NBA.
No, and I think the thing is, all of Kentucky's starters are going to the NBA. Is that in question?
Yes.
You don't think the starters right now are going to the NBA?
All of them freshmen. I think 1 or 2 of them are smart enough to stay for another couple
No,
years.
but I mean, will make the NBA in
Yeah,
time.
they will. Yeah, in time.
I understand that, oh, well, the NBA, everybody made the NBA. I would say his squad, Kentucky's a very, very good squad playing versus other teams that don't have that talent. The NBA, the Lakers have a mediocre squad and are playing versus very good talent. He doesn't have that advantage going into it.
Exactly.
He's not ready for it.
We're doing a quick jump to football here. the Redskins picked up Deshaun Jackson. So if you're a Philadelphia Eagle fan and you're listening in right now, I recommend covering your ears because we're going to be going in depth on this one. Is this a good pickup for the Redskins?
Yes.
No.
Why is it not?
DC is notoriously not high up there, but they're gang violent. They are.
How much stock are you buying into that though?
Give me a second to finish up here. Deshaun Jackson is a great receiver, a great punt returner. Trust me, I know. I'm a Giants fan.
Ah,
Um, he's got talent on the field, but he's got talent on the field with talent on the field. He's a talent on the field if he has talent on the field. RG3 had potential to be talent on the field, but I think he's going to be scared this season about his knee. Kirk Cousins,
I
not
think that was
great.
last
Sexy
year.
Rexy is just anti-sexy.
Yeah, I didn't even. I can't believe he's still on that team.
So with three quarterbacks who are in the NBA, in the NFL right now are, to be honest, subpar quarterbacks.
One thing I think RG3 will be better this year than last year.
Then he's going to be double covered the entire time because other than Pierre Garçon.
Oh, and
But
like
Santana
my thing,
Moss.
the thing is, he's a good pickup because I think the Redskins are one of the stats don't say it, but the Redskins are one of the most drop prone teams to passes.
Minus the Giants.
There's every time I watch the Redskins is RG3 throws a like when RG3 when they went to the playoffs, he would launch it and it would be a perfect pass to Santana Moss just through his arms.
Well, I mean, you're not supposed to hit your receivers in the hands.
Yeah,
Come on now.
but I feel like the Redskins are one of the most drop happy teams, and a lot of Redskins fans are like, no, I don't see it. Santana's a good one. Santana's garbage.
Wow.
Santana
Shots
Moss is
fired.
not good. He is not good.
He's a Hall of Fame player.
No. Santana Moss, there's no way. Look up his stats.
Doing it.
I would take Steve Smith over Santana Moss if I was building a team where I wanted an old wide receiver. Santana Moss tats.
Yep, I'm going to get a Santana Moss tattoo.
Let's see. Receiving yards. His highest was
He's got over 10,000 yards in his life. He gets 14 yards per like reception per season.
Okay.
54 yards a game.
Okay.
66 touchdowns in his career.
Okay.
No
No rings.
And 15 fumbles.
I wish I had a drop pass one right there. Cause that would be what I want to know.
He's also got 287 rushing yards. Horrible kick returner. Punt returning, not too bad. He's got 3 TDs on punt returns.
Look, they have a defensive stat because the Redskins throw so many interceptions.
He's got 24 tackles.
He had 3 last year.
Yeah. And fumbles. He's got
2, 4. He's got 12 total.
12 total.
Or 12 lost, 25 fumbles. We already said.
Yep.
But he's not white. He's not Hall of Fame. Looking at his stats, he's not Hall of Fame.
Well, how many players have reached the 10,000 yard mark?
Google it. Steve Smith. I'm gonna look up Steve Smith's stats because I would take Steve Smith over him right now. Before now, but Steve.
How many receivers have hit the 10,000 yard mark? NFL 10,000 club.
I bet it's a lot. Oh, it's a scroll through.
This might be the rushing.
Yeah, it is. All-time leading rusher. Yeah, it is. I'm telling you, Santana Moss. Would you take Santana Moss over Steve Smith?
It depends on the quarterback.
RG3.
1 second. I'm hitting it here. Here we go.
Jerry Rice, obviously. Owens, Isaac Bruce. Isaac Bruce, he was a beast. Tim Brown, Randy Moss, Marvin Harrison, James Lofton, Chris Carter, Henry Earl. Hines Ward hit it. Wow.
So yeah, he's one of the
many.
Not many.
Well, hold on. Click that.
So 10,000 mark. There are. Oh, Steve Smith's in there. What do you know?
See?
1, 2, 3, 6.
There's a lot.
16.
Oh, Tony Gonzalez is in there, obviously. 20-some, 30-some.
35 players have reached 10,000 yards.
35, and not all of those are in the Hall of Fame.
Ocho Cinco.
Ocho Cinco's hit it. He's not in the Hall of Fame.
Well, I actually don't even see Santana Moss in here. What?
I'm sure he's
I know he is.
this is probably not fully updated because I think Larry Fitzgerald hit it.
Yeah, this is as of 2011.
I think Andre Johnson hit it. So there's more. There's probably 40, 45 now at this point. But I would not put him on my team if it was me.
Well, maybe you're garbage.
Maybe. Rushing or receiving yards for Steve Smith are 1,200 or not
12,000.
12,197. I just we got way off topic from from Steve.
Yeah, I
Oh
mean,
my god.
sometimes it happens.
But no, Santana Moss is not a good wide receiver. If a Redskins fan says that to me, I say stop because you were ridiculous.
14 years, 10,000 yards.
You think it'll take 14 years for Victor Cruz to get 10,000 yards?
He gets about 1,500 a season, so no. Victor Cruz is a great receiver, though.
Yeah, he is. Steve Smith,
Steve Smith is not garbage.
No, but he's not a great wide receiver either.
He's above average.
Yes.
He's the greatest on their team right now.
Well, he's gone now.
Well, he was the greatest on
Yeah,
their team.
but
Now it's Pierre Garçon, well, Deshaun Jackson now.
well, no, Steve Smith was on the.
I'm talking about the Redskins.
So you're talking about Santana Moss?
Yes.
Okay,
That's
he's
what I
still
said.
there. You said Steve Smith. That's why I threw
Oh,
me
I
off.
did? Oh, my
Yeah,
bad.
that's why I got throwing me off.
Totally my bad.
But no, Steve Smith is an above average player.
Mm-hmm.
He's not Hall of Fame worthy.
Nope.
He's not the greatest there ever was.
Or ever will be.
No. I don't think he's as good as it says. And Jackson will open up
Jackson will open up recruiting.
well,
Not recruiting, but like
Jackson will open
bring.
up he'll spread the field.
Yeah.
Which helps RG3, it
He's
helps
just
the
gonna get
running
double
game.
teamed all the time.
Which is okay because then
he's
there's
not,
single coverage.
He's not drop prone like the rest of them.
Right, but then he's single covered. There's single coverage somewhere, or they can run the ball. Because I mean, Alfred Morris isn't bad. Alfred Morris.
He still had a good season last season.
Yeah, even though they didn't have that option, which was deadly when they had that.
So going on with football, the Rams trade the second draft pick.
No, they haven't. They're talking about it.
Would that be a good idea?
No.
Like who are they trading it for?
Oh, I don't know who they've talked to. It depends, but at the end of the day.
I mean, I traded to the Texans for the first round draft pick.
Well, see, that was something I mentioned. Get the say. If the Texans really wanted to, they could trade away somebody and get both Manziel and Jadeveon Clowney.
That'd be nasty.
If they really, really wanted to, they could do that.
That's kind of a developing story. Not much to talk about on that one, but they're thinking about trading away their second draft pick, which I think is a horrible idea. But whatever. I mean, that's like your reward for having a crappy season is to have a top draft.
See, well, they got that because of the Redskins' terrible season. They screwed themselves there. But the Rams need another wide receiver. They're gonna stick with their quarterback.
Got to pick up that guy from LSU, not LSU. Yeah, LSU.
No, Clemson.
Clemson. There
You
it
gotta
is.
get that.
Watkins.
Yeah, Sammy Watkins. That'll be Sammy Watkins. That's exactly what I was thinking actually. That would be with the guy they just got from West Virginia last year.
No, not Geno.
He was good too. I can't think of his name, but
you think he's better than their already injury-prone quarterback?
We'll see who.
The guy who tore his ACL last year.
No. Who's better?
The guy from West Virginia.
Oh no, I'm talking about wide receiver.
Oh,
I was talking about the wide receiving core. In second round, AJ McCarron needs to go to a team with wide receivers. If he goes to a no-name team, he's in trouble.
Put him to the Giants.
Well, he'll never play.
Well, I mean, Eli's going to be there for what, 3 or 4 more years?
I don't know. How old is Eli? 27?
No, he's older than that. He's been on the team for at least 9 years now.
I would have guessed 27, 28. That would have been my guess. But the Rams should go and get him. He's
33.
Wow, he's old.
Yeah. He's been playing for
Drew Brees, Tom Brady. They're all really old.
Yep. I think he's been playing for the Giants.
Who is the new face of quarterbacks?
The new face? Russell Wilson.
You think so?
Andrew Luck, Russell Wilson, and RG3.
Yeah, I guess so. Cam Newton.
I just want to know how long you've played for the Giants.
I think go to his Wikipedia page.
Yeah, I did not mean to click the images.
Wikipedia, right there, third link down. There you go.
Oh,
I think I think Cam Newton's in there. I think. See, Russell Wilson, he wins, but is he 2004? Okay,
so he's been there 10 years now.
10 years. Is Russell Wilson I know this is gonna sound weird. A great quarterback. I don't know.
He's got great things around him
That's
that
why,
make him better.
which make him better. But I think if you, I know he. Oh well, he was undrafted, so he wasn't expected to be great. But could he lead the team?
He's a great athlete,
Yes,
not a great
exactly.
quarterback.
That's I think a big key. So face of quarterbacks, I think you got to go.
He's gonna do a Bo Jackson on us.
I don't think he'll end up doing it though.
You don't think he'll play for the Rangers in the
I don't think
offseason?
he will. He that would be very interesting, but I don't
I
think he
mean,
will.
oh well, I've already won a Super Bowl. Let's go to a Rangers who's a pretty high team right now and go win myself a World Series.
That would be something. I mean, that would.
And then after that, I might only be 5'9", but I'm gonna go to the NBA.
You
And
know what? I'm just gonna join the Heat and sit on the bench. Me and Jawan Howard are gonna get tight. We'll be cool
and then every like fourth quarter with 30 seconds left, I'm gonna go in and
and throw
hurt
some.
myself.
Yeah, throw something up. I just to trade the second pick would be a bad idea. But face of quarterbacks right now, you got to take RG3 out. You have to
Andrew Luck and Russell Wilson
and Cam Newton. I think
Cam Newton.
Cam
Yeah.
Newton has proved himself. I think he's in that.
Well, I mean, if you want to throw that in Matthew Stafford.
Stafford. Well, Stafford's old too. Stafford's in his 30s.
Really?
Yeah, Stafford's been there a while.
Stop with the old people.
That's what I'm saying. It's like thinking about the quarterbacks. Roethlisberger's nearing 30, if not 30. Okay, no, he's 26.
26, yeah. He's only been in for like 4 years
But
now.
face of quarterbacks, would you consider him the face of quarterbacks?
Not with that face.
No, but he's very interception prone.
Yeah.
I mean, look, 3 interceptions versus the Ravens, 2 versus the Giants. He had 19.
Because he's only throwing to one receiver.
Well, that's true. Oh, well, he did the screen passes to Reggie Bush. Youngest quarterbacks? Is that what you? Yeah. In the NFL, it's gonna be do the first one. Top 10 quarterbacks 25 or under in the NFL. Josh Freeman, no. Andy Dalton, no. Sam Bradford, always hurt. Ryan Tannehill, we've seen one season. Stafford, okay, over those people. Wilson, 5th. This is probably old because this is probably before his.
Well, I mean, he was right about that. I mean, all 4 of these quarterbacks had a better year than him. Well, not RG3.
Yeah.
Before his ACL 3. Greatest rookie season in NFL history.
See, that's what I was saying. This is probably Andrew Luck. Yeah, 1. I don't like Kaepernick. Do you like Kaepernick?
He's got both aspects. Once he injures himself, no.
I don't like him. I just don't. There's somebody like players you just don't like just for no reason. It's like nobody boasts about him. Nobody said just when I see Kaepernick play, it's just like
Face punch. Oh.
I don't like the way you play.
Rude. He doesn't like the way you play either.
Well, that's because I don't play.
I don't like how his name is Kaepernick when it's spelled Kaepernick. That's what I don't like about him.
Would you out of the top 5 quarterbacks they just showed, would you start your team with Colin Kaepernick?
62%.
Oh, I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback at all.
So I mean, in the 3 years he's played now, he's
26.
he's 60% passer, 5,000 yards, 31 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. He's also got, I think, like nearly 1,000 rushing yards. He's a full package until he gets hurt. He's gonna Michael Vick. That's what's gonna happen.
I think one of the reasons why is he took somebody's job who was leading them undefeated when he got injured.
Alex Smith.
I know. Oh well, he was doing really really well, but you should never.
How old is Alex Smith?
You should never lose your job to injury. I think that's just it. He's probably 29.
Yeah,
so
too old.
So you have Colin Kaepernick, Cam Newton, and Russell Wilson. Who do you start your team with?
Andrew Luck.
Out of those 3, because Andrew Luck, of course you're going to choose Andrew Luck.
Colin Kaepernick,
Russell Wilson, Cam Newton.
That's a hard one between Russell Wilson and Cam Newton.
See,
wow.
you knocked out Colin Kaepernick right there.
Yeah.
I
like him. He's a good quarterback.
I would
the
choose,
new faces. That was the argument here.
No, I would choose Cam Newton because he is built like a lineman. He is huge.
He is.
He's like 6'5", 250 pounds. He is huge.
Oh, I just keep hitting new.
You just want to open more and more sites here.
I know. I'm ready.
He is a huge specimen. How big is Cam Newton? Or just Cam Newton? We'll get it.
Cam Newton is not on here. God, how hard is it to
click
find
that Wikipedia.
things?
It's right. Nope. Keep going right. Keep going right. Up.
Oh, I see
Yeah,
it. I see it. Okay.
He's huge.
He is
6'5", 245. I was off by 5 pounds.
God, I'm 6'5", 170.
He is huge.
He's a monster among men.
He's a mobile Ben Roethlisberger. That's dangerous.
He's a mobile Peyton, really. Peyton's the same size.
He doesn't, of course. Well, I compared him to Ben because Peyton Manning's accuracy is 10 times better.
Peyton Manning is 10 times better.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Well, not mobily.
Peyton Manning's 6'5", 230.
Okay, so he's got 15 pounds more muscle and he can run.
I mean, he can run. I think they said he had a 4.45 or something like that.
Yeah, he's a fast man. He is ridiculous.
4.58
A 4.58.
at 6'5", 250 or 245.
That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
That's why that would be the player out of those three I would start with. But Andrew Luck just
Andrew
has
Luck
that.
takes it all.
He's got what's between the eyes.
Continuing this argument we've got going on here, because we're moving into the last 10 minutes of our show, we're going to go into some SportsUnbiased.com debates. First one that's going to just anger me. The MLB is talking about shortening games to 7 innings.
I thought you'd be on the opposite side of this.
I disagree completely.
See, I thought you'd agree with it. I'm surprised. I disagree as well.
I'm all about the 7th inning stretch.
See, okay.
It's part of the game.
This is funny in the fact that for the older folks, they stopped selling beer at the 7th inning. Like that's when they cut it off. So
that means they're going to cut off my beer at the 5th inning. I
why
can't have that.
Why go?
Why even go?
But
I want to catch a baseball with my beer cup, and I can't do that if there's not 9 innings.
The thing is, the reason they would do this is to bring in new people to watch baseball, correct? That would be the one.
I mean, I love baseball. I call it baseball. You call it baseball.
We do.
Old Dominion Lego.
Yeah.
Monarch Media. And 9 innings sucks to sit in, especially if it's cold and rainy.
It does, but
it's
also
fun.
It's 2 innings more. It's 2. It's not like they're going 9-4.
Yeah, I mean, in the middle of the 7th inning, you're like, yeah, we're almost done.
And it's a stretch.
And I mean,
it's time.
as a kid, when you went outside and you played stickball with rocks with your friends, or like a giant taped up ball, you would go up and the lights are going off, and the street lights are coming on, sun's going down, and your friend's like, all right, it's the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs, last
full count, bases loaded, down by 3.
And you're like, okay. And now it's like, well, it's the bottom of the 7th.
It's
what?
just, and then, okay.
There's too much tradition behind it to take it off.
We have 7-inning baseball. It's called high school and college.
And softball for intramural A to Chi. Let go.
It's not a good idea at all. Because it just has, you're not going to bring in new people.
I mean, what's going to do next? Are they going to actually, like, take out the ump and just throw the K's in there?
That's a terrible idea.
I mean, they're taking out human error for it. Those 2 innings, so much can happen.
And that, you shorten the game 2 innings. It's just not a good idea in general.
It's me wanting to punch you in the face.
It's not good. I was trying to think what I was saying. MLB. Well, therefore, nobody would reach the home run record anymore.
No one reached the hit record.
Nobody will reach anything.
If anything, only percentages will go up.
The point is they're trying to bring in new people to watch it, and people go, oh, well, 9 innings is so long. You have a season of 162 games. If you're going to shorten the season.
Exactly. So 2 times 162 is 324. You've just taken out about 30 games?
Yeah. Just take out 30 games at the end and
so
leave
go
it
down
5
to
innings.
132 games and keep my 9 innings.
Because baseball fans want the 9 innings.
I'm not going to go to a 5th inning stretch. I'm not going to sing up and sing baseball tunes.
And
you're not going to take me out to the ball game without 9 innings.
Perfect games, they're easier to obtain.
Mm-hmm. He's got a perfect game through the 8th, but I mean, okay. And now he's got a perfect game through the 7th. Yeah, well, could he have done it with 9 innings?
Exactly.
That's another 6 outs. That's another 6 batters.
And I mean, the main reason for this is bringing in new clientele to watch baseball. Older people that watch baseball like the 9 innings and think this is dumb. New people are not going to watch it because you got rid of 2 innings. You either like baseball or you don't.
Yeah. It's a lot like soccer.
And if
you either like it
and if you sort of like baseball, you watch the last 2 innings.
That's the 2 innings you actually watch.
You turn to the last 2 innings and go, all right, this is close. I'm going to watch this. Or you go, this is a blowout and change the channel. And then if you go to a game you're there for the whole aspect of everything. You're not there to
Like my
you're
first
there to
game,
watch the game, but at the same time you're there to people watch, you're there to watch the stadium lights. You're there to watch everything. Try to catch a foul ball, stuff like that.
like my first game was with my dad in Yankee Stadium. I was maybe 9 years old. It was a hot August New York, 15,000 people, more like 90,000 people in there.
What are you writing a book?
I am, and I mean, if you drop it down to 7 innings, like the 2 innings when it's cooling off, and you can finally take that wet napkin off your neck because it's so hot out there. That's the 2 innings that you're there for. You like watching the lights go on. You like the bugs coming out. I guess is a bad thing. You like the breeze that comes through. Those 2 innings are the innings where the magic happens.
Exactly. You don't 9 outs or 9 outs. Well, I don't know why I said that. My teacher was talking about he went to a Cardinals game when Pujols was still there. It was the bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, full count. He hits a walk-off home run. Oh, well, it'll feel the same in the seventh.
No, it won't.
Not really. The ninth inning, it's like you said, it's just starting to get dark where the lights came on, but the city still kind of lit up in the back of the sunset. It just adds a different aspect of the game. Getting rid of those 2 innings is cheating everybody out of everything.
And it's also taken out 100 years of tradition.
Exactly. Do you change 100 years of tradition just because you want to try to bring in new people?
Especially on the day you're celebrating Hank Aaron's home run king thing. I guarantee you, 100 of those were in the last 2 innings.
Another thing is, people that you're trying to bring in are watching football, basketball. I mean, those are two big ones right
The
now.
thing about it is, it's high paced.
That's
what
they
love to
It's
watch.
high scoring, high paced. A baseball game will never be 70 to 80.
You know what you need to do? Start throwing 3 balls per pitch.
If that's what you want to do, or start slow pitch baseball if you really want to get, because you want to see those home runs and everything. But a baseball game 1-0, people go, oh, that's boring. Where baseball fans go,
That was
wow,
a great
that was
pitching
a
matchup.
great pitching matchup. Or wow, a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 10th. It's not like, oh, extra innings. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. That's not extra. That's
an inning.
It's just so then do you shorten college baseball to 5 innings? Do you shorten high school to 3?
And then I'm going to T-ball and playing 1 inning and going home with my Capri Sun.
It's not a good idea. They should keep it 7. I'm actually going to write an article.
Keep it 9, not keep it
yeah,
7.
Yes. I'm going to write an article, I think. That's my
good
next
man,
one.
good
So we'll see what happens.
Another one
there.
that's something you're probably not going to write an article on.
No, I don't know
If you
too
are a
much about
soccer
it.
fan, there's probably not many of you that watch the show, but 1 second, I gotta go check something. Oh,
This just keeps cutting off. It's just
sorry for.
It's on
for anyone,
YouTube,
yeah,
so regardless.
YouTube's fine. Anyway, aggregate goals, big thing in soccer history. Been
Just
there.
go back to the Ustream actually and
Been
just
there
keep
for
that up.
for multiple years now. Aggregate goals. If you're not a soccer fan, it does not mean the aggregate goal is worth 2 goals. It's worth more than a home goal. An aggregate goal means you scored away in a 2-game leg. So when you're playing a 2-game series, one's going to be at your home, one's going to be away at the other's home. If you score at the away goal, your goal is going to count for a little bit more. If they score at your home, their goal is going to count for a little bit more. So if you score 3 at home and then they score 3 away, they win.
They win the aggregate part. They don't win the game. The game is still counted as one.
If it's 3-0, 3-0, like one game's 3-0, you're away, and you score those 3-0. Oh, wait. I'm back. Okay,
No, I got you.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, it's if the game's tied, or if you guys tie, you win one, 2-0 at home, and then they win one away, 3-1. They win.
You win because you had the away goal.
Yes, if
So
you
it's
end up
gonna add
tying
3-3.
in goals. Like today, Chelsea beat PSG, but move ahead, even though they both had 3 aggregate goals because Chelsea scored more away.
And PSG had 3 at home, but then Chelsea had
2 at
away.
home, 2 at home,
and 1 away. So 3-3 is the count, but they had 1 away, so it's worth more.
So the point of this is,
It's complicated, but once you get it, you get it.
Should the away goal be worth more in the standings?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Just like the 7-inning things, something that's been around soccer history for a long time. What it is it says the home field advantage thing.
The Ustream is terrible. Don't even worry about it at this point.
We're done on Ustream.
All right. What did you say exactly?
And I forgot.
You said the history of soccer.
The history of that, and home field advantage is the thing they have going on here. So if you're good enough to score 2 at your home and then go out and score 2 at their home, then you're better than them. That's what's happening there.
I don't know. Cause okay, say you score 3 goals to 1 at home, and then you score, or no, yeah, you score 3 goals to 1 at home, and then you get shut out
2-0.
2-0. No, I wanted to do it in the sense that you end up winning both games, but you lose the aggregate.
That's not possible.
Oh no, I guess
It's not
it's not.
possible. If you win both games, you win.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's I don't think it should be worth more because a touchdown isn't worth more in football. A field goal's not worth more. A basket's not
Well,
worth
at
more
the
in
same time,
basketball.
you're not playing 2 games one after the other. You're playing one game. The playoffs are one game, not a 2-game series. Do you think they should just make it a 3-game series? Whoever wins 2 wins.
Yeah, do that.
So where are you gonna play that second game or that third game?
Well, they should all play it on neutral or play it on whoever had the best overall record.
That doesn't work like that in UEFA Champions League
Why not?
because Spain could come out and Barcelona had destroyed everyone, so they've won and they have 82 points on the season.
Yeah.
And then out comes Chelsea with only 75 points on the season because they're in a harder division.
But then play it. If you're the better team, you'll win away.
I liked your first one. Just do a neutral one, just like they do World Cup.
Or you could do neutral, but okay, so 1 game home, 1 game away, and then 1 game neutral.
But aggregate's still better, and we have run out of time. So, once more, I'm Tyler.
And I'm Alex.
And you're listening to CupCheck on WODU, the best in college radio. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at CupCheck_radio. Follow us on Facebook, or like us on Facebook. We're likable guys, right?
Oh, I'd like to think so at least.
Like us on Facebook at CupCheck Radio also. And if you want to, check out his writing on sportsunbiased.com. I mean,
Or check it, or just
he's got a
check it
few
out.
grammatical errors,
Yeah.
but he's working on
No,
it.
but or just check it out in general. It's a good site for sports news, everything, opinions and all that. And be sure to check us out Thursday, as we're supposed to have
Richard
a guest.
Ross.
Yes, Richard Ross from the basketball team. So that'll be we'll ask him some questions. Text us, not text us.
I mean, if you
tweet us.
want to text me, it's cool.
Tweet us, Facebook us, Twitter us, comment us. I don't even know it. We're on.
You can
we're
Instagram
we're on
me,
YouTube.
you can
so
Flickr me, you can
yeah.
Twitter,
So
Facebook.
yeah, we're on YouTube, so you can comment under this if you want. Just questions you have for Richard Ross from either the ODU basketball, the college basketball, NBA, what he feels about who's his favorite team, all
Or
that
throw him a
stuff.
curveball and be like, hey, what do you think about the NCAA football?
Yeah,
Boom.
he may have opinions on the Alabama one. We don't know, so be sure to check that out.
And one more time, I'm Tyler.
And I'm Alex.
And this is CupCheck on WODU, the best college radio. The best in college radio. You guys have a good night.